Today is technically our first day of filming for 2024, but it's a day that's always a little bit hard. And that's one of the days where we gotta move some of the projects out to get newer, bigger, and better projects in. Now, you guys have seen us build some really awesome stuff in the past couple years. I mean, 2022 and 2023 were our biggest years ever for building cars. I mean, just in 2023, we had 4 cars go to SEMA, which was absolutely epic. And we built some of the coolest stuff that we have ever done. To make room for even cooler projects this year, we got to move some projects out to get some new stuff in. And if it was up to me, I wish I could never sell any of the cars that we build because I love all of them, and we really do build my dream cars. That's what's so exciting and what's so cool about what we get to do. We get to build all of the stuff that I could have never dreamed of owning or even building. In order to make more room for even bigger projects that we're trying to get into, like I said, we got to get some of those out. And today is one of those days. Technically, nothing in here is leaving. We have something else that's actually leaving and giving you guys the opportunity to own a really, really amazing car. But in order to do that, we gotta head to one of our friends' shops first and go pick up the car. It might even be one that you guys may have forgotten a little bit about. But anyways, let's hop in the truck and get going. Starting our day off here with our friends over at Seibon, who were so kind to take care of the car while we had all the craziness of SEMA going on, and then my insane travel schedule for the end of last year, taking care of the car all the way up until today. This also leads us to our next point, and the car that's actually leaving so that we can make room for more projects is going to be our 2023 Proto Spec Z. There's good reason for that, and we're gonna be heading to our friends over at Top Rank up next to hopefully give one of you guys watching this a chance to buy this car and own it for yourself, because this thing is seriously amazing. But one new thing we did get at SEMA, or lots of things, is the full carbon Seibon package and the brand new MAP exhaust, which sounds so good. There we go. Man, it's been so long since we drove this thing. I forgot how sick this thing sounds. And oh, it's fast. I forgot she likes to get a little squirrely. Bringing back some awesome memories in this car, even though it wasn't that long ago that we got this car.
Go past this light, then at the next one, turn right.
That we got this car and actually built it. It was just a really awesome time. And for those of you guys that don't remember,
use the right lane to turn onto South Azusa Avenue.
We actually flew all the way to Minnesota to get this thing completely built before it headed out to SEMA for the first time.
Turn right, then keep right.
This is actually a 2-time SEMA car. The first time we worked with AMS and AMA Performance to get some, actually all of the bolt-ons that you can do to this car, aside from turbos. It doesn't have upgraded turbos, but we did all of the bolt-ons that you can do. Anti 85, making around 525 horsepower, and I think if I remember correctly, it was like 560 torque or something crazy like that. I mean, this thing is an absolute riot and so much fun to drive. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it sounds so sick too. That MA Performance exhaust and downpipe setup is so nice. We've got all the AMS bits, the tune. It's sick. And then plus on the exterior we have the entire Seibon kit. It just, not only is it fast, but it looks awesome as well. What we're gonna do now is head over to our friends over at Top Rank Importers, take a look at some of their awesome JDM inventory and get this thing set up and ready for photos and to hopefully go to a new owner. welcome to probably one of, if not my favorite place in all of California with my best friend in the whole world. What up, dude?
What up, man? Selling another one.
I got something special for you today.
Oh.
We've been here so many times to sell all of our really cool projects with Brian, and today we have a very special one, obviously, the Proto Z. Brian, what do you think about the Z, dude?
Dude, well, first off, back-to-back SEMA car.
Yes.
Which is cool.
The two times.
Two times. From the wheels to the carbon to everything, it's super
sick,
rad, right?
And it's still crazy to me that you can't get these cars and you still can't find these cars.
Yeah, there is still so many people waiting on them. When they came out from the dealer, they were next to impossible to get. Even just the Z in general, a lot of the performance ones are difficult to get. So to have a Proto one, and to have like the little book with your name on it that comes with.
Yeah, that's something
really cool.
That's something I haven't even shown you guys yet. Check this out. So as you guys know, this is the Proto Spec, and I guess if you don't know, only 240 of these were ever available, and we were lucky enough to be one of the very first people to get this car. Along with the Proto Spec, look at it. I'll flip this for you so you can see. Check out what you get as like a Proto Spec owner. So there's one that I get to keep, and then one that stays along with the car. So this is pretty cool. To commemorate your time owning the Z, you actually get this really cool Proto Spec plate that's the same yellow as the car. Get your name and the date that you bought the car. And this actually stays with the car. So whoever buys this car, also I'm guessing you get to take this to Nissan and they just engrave your name and the date and everything, which is super cool. So this like commemorates that you're, you know, one of the 240 that own the Proto Spec, which is super rad. You know what? Today, I guess one of you guys has the opportunity to own this really awesome car. So I figured before we just give it to Brian, let's do a little walk around, right?
Yeah.
Of everything we got and kind of the reason why we're selling the Proto Spec in the first place. Number one, of course, one of 240 Proto Spec car. Now we are going to be removing these Volk Racing wheels and giving you guys the OEM Proto Spec wheels because those go specifically with the car. We want to make sure that you guys have the Proto Spec wheels as well. Along with the car, of course, you guys got the full Seibon Carbon kit, which is super sick. I've already told them all this, but we have the full bolt-ons all the way up until the turbos. So you guys get 525 horsepower and a whole lot of torque. It's pretty spicy. Look at these. So we're keeping it the bronze OEM. We save these, and kind of the reason why I think that I want to let the car go now is number one, we have so many awesome projects and we need space, and this car doesn't really get driven that often, and I mean even since we bought it. But number two, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, I kind of feel I've reached the limit with this car. Now if the car wasn't a Proto Spec, I'd feel comfortable cutting it up and doing some sort of really cool kit, whether it was like the Veil side or the Varis or something like that. But since this is one of 240, I didn't want to cut it up, and so we did everything that we can do, kind of stock body, all the lips, the hoods, the rear deck lid, everything without chopping it up, and all the way up to all the power mods that we can do without building the engine, doing bigger turbos, and kind of think that we've reached our limit with the car. And like a lot of the cars that we have sold with Brian, I want it to go to somebody that's going to enjoy it and be able to drive it all the time like it should be, because it is a fun and fantastic car and it's fast, which is awesome. And I just want it to go to somebody that's actually going to drive it instead of just having it sit with us, not driving it, kind of just staring at it. And that's where Brian comes in. So if you guys want your opportunity to own this Proto Spec Z, you guys can head over to Top Rank Importers, and we'll leave it down in the description box below directly to the link of where you guys can find this car and have your chance at owning it, because it really is such a sick and beautiful looking car. I mean, look at this thing. It is absolutely awesome. But like I keep telling you guys, it's time for us to move on, and for this year we have so many awesome projects that we have to make room for. This is just one that has to get out of the shop. So we're here, I'm gonna do a little bit of shopping. There's so many cars that are becoming available in the US now that Top Rank has so, oh my god, is that legit? It's real?
Yeah, dude, and it is so nice.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Is this a real GTR? Real Hako GTR?
Real Hako GTR. Dude, and like, just look how clean, from where you are, you should be able to see how clean it is underneath. Yeah, it's insane.
Oh my god. Why is this just parked right up front? You guys just teasing me.
Yeah, just look at how nice that is.
All original. Oh my, look at the steering wheel. Wow. 2000 GT down there. Oh my god. You can hear the clock ticking. That's so rad.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, this is
I can just tell it's all original and so nice.
So yeah, real GTR.
A legit Hako GTR. Oh my, you guys have no idea how rare it is to see a Hako in the first place, but to see a legit GTR,
Yep.
How much is this car going for, Brian?
This one I think we're gonna have like just a little north of 250. I mean, it's really helpful that the exchange rate is favorable right now, so we're able to get cars kind of at a better price. But
so for me, actually, we're gonna do this right now. Guys, I need you to do me a favor. You gotta hit the subscribe button. 1 million subs equals Hako. Now, obviously the GTRs are getting a little out of range, but you can find the basic Hakos for what, right around 80,000-ish?
Yeah, depending on the condition or where you want to start and whether it's cut or uncut or, you know, what engine's in it, that kind of stuff like that. It can go from there, you know, all the way up. But for, you know, really nicely done one, you know, 120, 140.
That's crazy. I'd really love to get a base Hako, something that's not a GTR, and kind of do a lot of the GTR touches, but then do an engine like we have in Tiana's 280Z.
Yeah.
That's what I would really love to do. So, 1 million subs, guys. You gotta hit that subscribe button, share the video, share the channel. That really helps out. But man, it's very, very rare that you're able to see a real Hako GTR with the original badging. That's my favorite part. I think this, out of all the GTR badges, the Hako GTR badge is my favorite. The most like old school original. That's so sick, dude.
It's a good one.
Back to the inventory in here.
Yep.
Whoa. That is so sick.
Yeah.
So
this
cool.
thing, we should definitely take on an off-roading trip.
Yes, please.
But it is a turbo diesel Delica.
Look at this thing. This thing is so rad. It's locked.
open,
Okay.
yeah.
Dang, man.
Yeah. So
Off-road adventure in the Delica in the truck. That'd be pretty sick. That's what I love about Top Rank though. All like the unique cars that you guys get. You're not just getting like what people like the JDM golden era cars. They have so many like random cool things that you'll find here as well. But of course, Chasers, GTRs, Evo 5s are now available, which is really sick. One of my favorite JDM cars of all time. These are beautiful. 34s are rolling in, which is crazy.
34s are rolling in, yeah.
Oh my god, it's just so cool to see. I mean, imagine 5 years ago when we first met, like none of this stuff was really available in the US, and just going to Japan and seeing them all, and seeing them here,
We
it's
definitely
really
didn't have
crazy.
this many cars here, that's for sure.
It's really crazy. Well, this is a very unique opportunity. It's not every day you get to rip a Hako. So while we're here, before we just leave the new Z with Brian, he's gonna let us take the Hako out. So just so I get even more obsessed. You have to be obsessed. Oh. We have the Z, so we know. Dude, this thing is so cool. It actually really reminds me of my 280Z, actually. All right, here we go. Let's start this thing up. Oh my gosh, dude. No seatbelt action?
I guess not, so.
They don't like that in Japan?
I guess not.
Oh my god, dude. What year is this? Do you know?
1970. You're good.
This is exactly what it sounded like. I feel like I'm in Japan in the 70s, dude.
Pretty much.
Oh my god. So this would be like I said, so rad. This car with an engine like we have in the 280Z. Some ITBs or some triple carbs. It's so cool, man. And with these cars, it's not as much about the driving experience as it is just the ambiance of the car itself. You know what I'm saying? Look at this thing. And it's so clean. All this is original, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, this is just how it is.
That's so wild. This is like the ultimate, just classic, vintage JDM car, you know? the 911 SC, the 280Z, and this all next to each other, ultimate trio. That'd be so sick. It's so cool, man. I'll turn right here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the brakes. Those are 70s. This thing is so cool, man. What a gem for somebody that's able to pick this up. This thing is so rad.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's original and runs like this, is that true 23,000 kilometers?
Yeah.
So that's an accurate 23,000. Oh,
yep.
23,000 kilometers. That's pretty sick. Everything just works. Oh my god. Just envision it, guys. Envision the 1,000,000 sub goal, the Hako in the garage. It is good. It is very good. I'll always remember one of my coolest memories in Japan is driving by myself at night and on my way to Daikoku seeing a legit Hako just driving the streets of Tokyo. It was actually on the highway. He actually didn't go to Daikoku, he was just cruising, which is so freaking cool. Man, these things are such a gem. Needs to be in the Skyline and GTR collection that we have. I don't want to, but I have to.
When you get 2 million, we'll hand the keys back to you.
This is your last look at our Proto Z, at least for in my possession, because after this, it is now Brian and Top Ranks, and this is where you guys can purchase this car from. I can't believe we're actually doing it, but trust me guys, much like how we want to get a Hako in the garage, we need to let some of our projects go so that we can fit more in. Like I said at the beginning, unfortunately we don't have unlimited space. It'd be great if I could keep every car that we build, but unfortunately things that don't get driven need to move out of the garage so that things and new projects that we will drive and will build get put in. And this is such an awesome car for you guys to be able to own as well. I'm so excited. And even with the OEM wheels, I feel like this car looks a lot better even than when it had the Volks on there. What's really cool about these OEMs are these are OEM Volk racing wheels, which is pretty cool, specifically made for the Proto Spec. So I wanted to make sure, like I said, these go along with the car, but so hyped. And I really hope it goes to an awesome owner. It's cool to see Nissan's oldest sports car, quotations, next to their almost newest version. It's very, very cool. But this is where we say goodbye to the Z and make room for what's next. They have no idea, but Tim and I do, and we've been hoarding this thing for a very long time, and it's gonna be nice to have a little bit extra budget and a little bit more space in the garage to house what we have coming. So hope you guys are stoked, and like I said, if you want to buy the Z or you want to see any of the information about it, I have a link directly to Top Rank where you guys can find the listing for this car right here. Also, if you guys buy it, we have all the OEM stock parts for it, and if you want the stock parts, we can give those to you as well. She is officially yours. Add another one to the list.
Yep. One of you guys will hopefully buy this from me soon. So.
As tradition, time for some Japanese curry.
Yes. Let's go.
If I get to see the truck, the V2 version of the truck. Oh
yeah, look at that.
So for those of you guys that don't know, Brian is also a fellow off-road connoisseur enthusiast. So at some point, Brian and I are gonna go on an off-road trip.
Rodozer?
But I'm sure you're gonna take some kind of cool, like JDM car or something.
Nope. I'm gonna take the Jackhawk 9000.
You never know when you're gonna need that, dude. So this seems to be a tradition every time I come here. We have our favorite little, like, it's called neighborhood bento, but they have some of the best curry
It's really good.
that I've ever had in California for sure. It's very authentic. Can I get a ton of curry in Japan? I was just craving this. Oh, actually, speaking of that, as you guys are watching this video, we are currently in Japan. So we're gonna be having lots of katsu in Japan as well. Oh, that was like the perfect pregame for Japan.
Yep, it's great, dude.
Now we get to go get the real stuff. But anyways, successful day. We got the Z, dropped off at Top Rank. It's time for new projects. The day is not over yet. We have one last and final mission. We are here at Sparko. Actually, this is really cool. We're very lucky where we live because we can hop around to all these awesome locations. Oh my. Well, that was super anticlimactic. We went to Sparco to go try and get some new racing equipment, which I really need. Unfortunately, they were closed for inventory, so we missed out on that, but it's okay because I ended up going to a different like racers shop, which was super cool, and got another suit, which you guys will see in Japan. And speaking of Japan, I figured I would show you guys one of the suitcases that we're bringing, because this trip is the start of a special series that's gonna happen in Japan, and something very unique and definitely one of the biggest things that we will have ever done, and I'm super excited for that. But we are packing a suitcase full of car parts. Figured I'd show you guys a little bit of what we got here. We have brand new gyro disc rotors, and we have pads down here and some special USDM parts for our good friend Albo over in Japan. And like I said, by the time you guys are watching this, I'm already in Japan, and I'm currently packing for it right now, and I need to see how much this actually weighs, because I really need these parts. We weren't able to source any brakes in Japan by the time I get there, and I really, really need these because we have a big, I'm not gonna go into it. You guys will see it when I'm actually there, but I need these car parts, and the only way I'm gonna be able to get them there is taking them on the plane, but it has to weigh less than 70 pounds. So we're gonna make sure that this actually weighs less than 70 pounds. And if not, we gotta figure something out. Close this down. Okay, good. Okay. Put in your comments what you guys think this weighs. Oh, this thing is heavy. The brakes definitely are what's gonna screw me, if anything. So we have our new shop scale. It's definitely heavy. It's gonna be overweight, but will it pass the airplane test? Let's see. Oh, dude, we're solid. We're so good. 56 pounds. It will be an overweight bag, but the limit's 70 pounds, and we're solid here. We're passing with flying colors. We are, ow, I'm actually very surprised. So it feels like a long time since we've been in Japan. Last trip was August when we got the Tokyo Drift Evo there, and I'm super excited to be back. Like I said, we have so many cool things that we're gonna be doing on this trip to set us up for even more cool stuff later on in the year. And I'm just excited to take you guys back along. You guys know how much I love Japan, and just taking you guys along for what it's like to have an authentic car guy experience in Japan. And we have tons of stuff going on this time. I'm excited to be back and take you guys along, and we got a suitcase full of car parts, which is gonna be super exciting. Well guys, wish me luck. It's time to consolidate all of our editing equipment, get all this stuff ready. We leave in like 8 hours. So gonna get everything together, finish up this video, and next time you guys see me, we'll be in Japan. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, thank you guys for being on this crazy journey with me. If you have been enjoying the content and you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and of course, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the channel, because it really does help me out, it helps the channel out, it helps us grow a little bit, and we are trying to hit that 800,000 goal and even all the way up to 1 million so we can get that Hako. So once again, thank you guys, and Nihon de o ai shimashou.